Hello and welcome to a project screencast in the course TDDD27, in which way I will present my web project. My project is called Second Light, and it's basically a customizable start page. So the idea is when you open your browser, this is what you'll see. When you open a new tab in your browser, this is what you'll see, and you'll store bookmarks, and there's a search box where you can enter which search engine to use, and also a to-do list for things that you might want to remember, and a post-it note kind of feature, and things like that, where it's as I said, it's customizable, so you can do basically what you want with it. But this is the first page, which is what you'll get if you're not logged in, which is the authentication form, where we have a sign-in form and a sign-up form. And we can try signing up here, maybe testing, just we can try this, and we see that there are some validations here, just to make sure that your email is valid. This is not a valid email, but this will be validated on the server side then after I send it. If we try to add something here, and maybe a password one sign up, then it says that the email is not valid because the server side has now responded with that this is not a valid email address. So maybe gmail.com, and we sign up like this, and it works. So that worked, and we're presented with this screen, which is kind of empty currently, and it would be nice to have some kind of default settings, but I didn't get time to get to that part, which is the only thing we have right now is a nav bar here where you have some options. We can look at the background here first, because it's quite nice to have a background image. You can click this image and click apply, and it will change the background for you. You can also click here and choose to upload an image. So I loaded some before, and you select an image and press upload, and it will upload the image for you, and now you have a new image you can select and change to that background instead. You can also select multiple images and click apply, and then it will cycle between these two images in a specified interval at around 10 seconds. So we should soon see this image swap for this one. As we see here, it fades nicely away. This shared is we're gonna come back with that one, but the main part of this this project is widgets. So here we can add there's currently just 5 different types of widgets, but I'm trying to make it easy to add more. But we can, for instance, look at if we click a clock widget, it will spawn as a small widget that we can drag around and resize. Put it up there maybe. So this is like the main idea of this application. These small widgets that you can drag around and place wherever you want, and then if you then reload the page, it will remember where you placed this widget, and it will store it in the database and then fetch it for you again. There's also this settings options here, where you can change the different settings in the widget. So you can make this widget bigger, maybe change the font family, something like that, and add a red shadow to it. That looks kind of good. There's also, as I said, different kind of widgets. So there is a search widget, which is just a simple input box here, where you can write something and press enter, and it will Google it for you. And you can also, in these settings, you can also change the search engine you want to use. So if you want to use DuckDuckGo instead, it will search that instead for you. So we'll place that here maybe. There's also a post-it note widget, where you can write what you want, and it will save this for you. If we reload this, remember what you wrote in it and save it for you. And also this is like the general widget settings that are available for most widgets, where you can customize the size and font family and different things. We can look at the bookmark widget. There are only 5 widgets, so I thought we could go through them all. Where we can add a bookmark, let's say Google, and now you get a bookmark where you can take yourself to Google. We can then just add a few more, like Amazon.se, Amazon, and you'll get an Amazon link, and it will take you to Amazon, which is quite nice. And then there's the last one is the to-do list widget, which just has an item. It doesn't have an item, but you can add items that become check markable, where you can cross them off, or maybe create a chopping list. I need some bread and some onions and some butter, and you can maybe cross them off once you've done your chopping. As I said, it's intended to be as customizable as possible, so that you can do pretty much what you want with it. And then we have this part where you can basically just change your username. I intended to use the username for more things than it's used for currently. It's currently not used at all. Basically, you can just change it to whatever you want, and it will update. But there's no checking if it's a unique username or something like that. So there can be many users with the same username. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. This shared part is basically how you can share a widget with another user. For instance, if I want this post-it note, I can press this button, which is just pops up a share ID, basically. Or you can copy this value, paste it here, and then create the share widget. Right now it's created on top of the original one, so you have to drag it around to be able to see that it actually changed, which is might not be that great, but it's not really intended to use where you can share with yourself. That's not really the point. It's mostly for you to be able to share with someone else. But then if I write something in here, it will update in this one, and if I remove it, it will update it as well. So it's basically a way to be able to share a shopping list or a grocery list like this one with another user, so that they also can see what you're trying to buy at the store, and then maybe check mark some of the options themselves. That's most of the functionality that is currently available. It's quite simple, but also very customizable yourself. Most of them have some kind of options where you can change settings. This one doesn't have that many options because but most of them have some kind of options where you can specify how you want the widget to look, and that's really the key part, is customizable. What we can look at now is how the sharing works across multiple users. So I set up another user here, which I logged in earlier, and which is with just a one of these note widgets here. We can share it. Take this share ID, go here, and we want to create a shared widget with this ID. And then we'll create one here. And if I write from user 1, right, and then I can go here and write from user 2. and it will update, and both of these will be in sync with what's available. We can also do a similar thing for this to-do list, where we can share this to-do list with another user like this, and it will now have this to-do list as well. Now we can check mark away bread, and it will update on the other user as well. That's the main functionality of this this project, where you have widgets that are customizable, and there's some ability to share with other users, so where they can change the content and it's updated, and you both then see the updated results. And that's about it. So